Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is great. How was your weekend? We had a great weekend. The kids were here until Saturday, and then last week was our first year anniversary. But the kids were here, so we just kind of hung out. So we decided to have a little date night Saturday night to celebrate our 1 year. We did a little shopping and had dinner. And it was a good time. It was a really nice night. And then the kids went to their mom's house to spend Mother's Day with her. And then yesterday, I've been hanging out and playing Red Dead Redemption 2. And then we went and spent some time with my mom and my sister. And just had a little Mother's Day dinner. So it was a really nice weekend. And in fact, I'm still on the weekend. I'm off today. Tomorrow is election day here, which as a state employee, I get election day off. So I just took today off. Like, might as well have a 4-day weekend. Might as well make a thing out of it. So it was a good day. Besides all that, so I've been playing Red Dead 2. I went to Colorado last month to see a band, and we ended up. I absolutely love the band, and I got to spend very good time with them, like quality time with them, and that felt great, and I feel very appreciative of that. The real takeaway was just how freaking amazing Colorado was. Neither of us expected that. I'd been to the Denver airport many times. I'd never left the Denver airport. This was the first time going out into Colorado proper and seeing the Rockies, spending time in the Rockies. And man, the whole time we were there, I was like, this feels like Red Dead. I want to go home and play Red Dead. And so I never finished Red Dead Redemption 2. So I came home and I've been playing through it and just been loving it. I mean, we stood in this field in Colorado. We were in this, there was a research facility at the base of this reservoir, and it was just a field. Like, it was nothing, right? It was just a gentle slope up to this reservoir. It wasn't like a huge mountain. It was more like just a grassy hillside. But it's one of those places where there's like just a field, but there's boulders all scattered through this field, and like sagebrush and maybe a tree here or there, but they're really little and shriveled because it's almost desert. It's so arid. And there's something about that kind of landscape. Even here locally, when I drive closer to the foothills of the mountains, and you get into those areas where even if you walk through the woods, there's just huge boulders everywhere and moss-covered stones. For me, there's something about that aesthetic that just sings to my soul. It just makes me come alive. And so I took pictures of just like field with rocks, because again, I can't place it. There's something about that aesthetic, something about that scenery that just makes me feel like this is where I belong in the world. So I came back, been playing Red Dead, and now I've been thinking, so I've been reading a whole bunch. I want to read, I'm asking to see if you are aware of any kind of like modern-ish sort of cowboy western type stuff. Not necessarily cowboy western, but set in that area of the world. I discovered a author named, I should have brought my phone. I think it's CJ Box, Boxx or something like that, who has a series about a Wyoming game warden who it's a mystery series, like a crime mystery series. So I'm really interested to read that. I haven't jumped into that series yet, but just looking at the covers, it feels kind of like what I'm looking for. That modern sort of western setting. You know what I mean? Like thinking like what's the No Country for Old Men or something like that. It's that western feel, but set at a more modern time. I'm looking for recommendations like that. I have No Country for Old Men. I've never finished reading it. Cormac McCarthy's writing style is difficult for me, and the last time I tried to read it, I was very much enjoying the story, but the writing style was so hard for me to stay in, I didn't finish it. I'd like to try to go back and finish it, because the movie is phenomenal, and from what I remember reading the book, it was just this is the movie on page, and it felt right and it felt real. So I'm looking for more of that sort of thing. And while I could have gone and done the research myself, why do that when I could ask you to help me? Are you aware of any modern Western set? Now, again, I'm not looking for. I mean, I have read Westerns and I like Westerns. I've read Louis L'Amour. He's like a super famous Western author. I've read some of his books and I very much enjoyed them. And I'm definitely, but I like the time frame of Red Dead. I like that it's late 1800s, early 1900s. There is some industry. Why did I say it like that? I think I meant to say industrial stuff. The Industrial Revolution is in swing, and so there is some modernizations. I would like to find from there forward. That's what I mean by modern. So, electricity, trains, cities being built, not just Gold Rush era type stuff, but more like update. Like I would like to have more Red Dead era and forward. If you are aware of any of those sorts of things, please let me know, because right now I'm reading. I just finished a book. We'll probably do a wrap up. I haven't talked about books in a while. It took me like 2 or 3 weeks to read this book because, number one, life has been very busy. Number two, this book was just bad. It was just, and it's by an extremely famous British author, and it was just bad, like all around, just bad. So I'm not going to do a review on it, but I should probably do like, here's what I've been reading, because it hasn't been a whole lot. So I finished that, and I'm now reading another book that was recommended to me before I bought that CJ Box's first book. I haven't read it yet. We'll see what happens there. So I'm looking for more stuff in the Western themed world, Western set world, because that was the other thing that surprised me going to Colorado. Number one, there's way more Native Americans than I expected. Like you see the Native American influence in that whole area. You see facial structures like that are obviously natives, and I was actually kind of surprised to see the best Western we stayed in Fort Collins was like that tacky Navajo theme. It was weird. I thought that was just like something people on the East Coast, decorated with to appear traveled or something. But no, it was like themed with that weird Navajo primitive artwork type stuff and clay pottery, and it was beautiful, but it was also like I was surprised to see that. So that kind of era, it still felt very alive. In 2024, driving around out there, there's just these wide expanses of land where there's nothing, because it's not a population dense area like the cities are, but the rest is this big, it's basically desert. It's just arid. It's brush and scrub. And it was just fantastic. So let me know if you are aware of any modern things. Yeah, we'll figure out something to talk about tomorrow. If I don't really, you can tell me what to talk about tomorrow in the description or in the comments. That'd be great. Or text me. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know sounds smart is vernal. It's an adjective meaning related to spring. One impulse from a vernal wood may teach you more of man, of moral evil and of good, that all the sages can. No, than all the sages can. William Wordsworth, a British romantic poet. Vernal, V-E-R-N-A-L. I did not know that. I thought vernal had more to do with, impregnable, not fertile. That's the word I'm looking for. That's cool. I didn't know it had anything to do with spring, and it's very vernal around here right now.